Hi guys, this is my recap and reaction to the season premiere of Welcome to Plathville. Season 7 is finally here, and the first episode is called The Boyfriend. In this episode, we learn a lot more about Lydia's new man, Zach. Veronica is already at war with Mariah and Barry for some reason, and Kim spills on her relationship status with Ken. The episode starts with a much needed update from Kim Plath. Kim apparently abandoned that houseboat she had last season. Thank goodness. It seemed like a midlife crisis move anyway, and she moved into an actually nice house with lots of bedrooms. She says that her and Ken are actually only friends now and not in a relationship, but unfortunately, there's no elaboration as to why, and the family is over for a pretty wholesome family dinner, including her ex-husband Barry, who she still is not divorced from because of disagreements over money. So, from the family dinner, which is pretty nice, it's cute, whatever, we learn that Isaac has a new girlfriend. Lydia moved to Tallahassee and has a new boyfriend. There's already tension between Micah's girlfriend Veronica and the whole family, very reminiscent of Olivia. And Ethan calls into the family gathering, and in his first confessional this season says that he's looking for someone with big boobs, which is not very classy. Anyway, they play this wholesome game of charades, and Barry says, you know what, things can always get messy, but it's nice to at least get together now. Maybe this is foreshadowing. Whatever mess is in the background, charades is always fun, right? And now we finally meet Zach, who, by the way, recently married Lydia, so spoiler alert, they met a few months before this episode was filmed in Colorado. Lydia was there spending time with a friend, and she decided to attend church there because, of course, Lydia, loves church, and that's how they met. This is the third time at this point that he's been in Cairo, and it's very serious. Lydia says that they've never kissed, they're actually saving it for marriage. Zach says he doesn't want that to get in the way of getting to know someone, so instead they climb trees and dance. Self-control, they say, is a way that they represent the Lord, and this is very, very Duggar adjacent. Sitting in the tree that he climbed in pretty awkwardly, honestly, Zach asks if it's okay if he talks to her dad about marrying her, and Lydia is super excited and says yes. She says that there have been God winks in the relationship, and she is sure that he's the one. Now we do have to take into consideration it's been like literally a hot second that they've been dating, but it's moving very quickly. Veronica and Micah, we learn, have bought a new house together in Boca, and Amber randomly is shaving Micah's neck and says that she's prioritizing her relationship with her siblings right now. I actually like Amber, and I hope we see more of her, or she gets a bigger role on the show. Veronica, though, I'm just kind of taken aback at how anti-Plath she is on episode 1. She already has a serious bone to pick, and so Veronica at this point has some tension with Barry and Mariah, and the story is very convoluted, but here goes. So remember last season, Mariah was in a super toxic relationship. Well, Veronica was kind of counseling or trying to help her through that, and she brought information that she learned to Mariah about him, and which led to Mariah breaking up with this man, and then she got back with him. But this guy never appeared on the show, so who the heck are we even talking about for hours and hours? I hate when we end up talking about a mystery person. Anyways, Mariah then accused Veronica of bringing lies to her or false information about her ex that we've never seen, and Barry told Micah this, who told Veronica. Now Veronica hates Barry. She feels very upset that even though Ethan brought the same story to Mariah, she was the bad guy. Veronica says that Mariah just obviously does not care about her, And Micah is so awkward. He does not know how to be in the middle between his family and Veronica at all. The emotional maturity is just not there, I think, honestly. And here we are. Veronica feels like she's getting the Olivia treatment at this point. Already, episode 1. Then, in a sweet scene, we actually meet Isaac's new girlfriend, who he calls Pookie. She has a super strong southern accent, and apparently he likes to hang out with her all the time, even in the tractor while working, because he has a farming gig right now. He's a pilot, but has a farming gig. They both agree it's just been very fun, very good between them, and Isaac thinks she's a keeper, and he admits he's falling in love. And this is kind of cute because we've seen Isaac grow up, literally. At the start of Welcome to Plattsville, he was a little boy with dreams. Now he's, fully grown, in a relationship, a pilot, and it's kind of nice to see. Mariah randomly talks to the producer about having black hair, and we learn that Mariah finally broke up with her toxic, mysterious person ex. She's single, and she learned that you make decisions that have consequences. Like, what, Mariah? Yes, of course decisions have consequences. I don't know if she was trying to be very philosophical, but it did not come off that way. She says that she was close with Veronica, but realized that she doesn't think she should take everything to Veronica because things were made a bigger deal and blah, blah, blah. So she wrote her a letter because she didn't feel like having a one-on-one. She wrote a letter to Veronica apologizing about what happened to smooth things over. The letter is read on screen by Veronica, and it goes on to, Mariah starts bashing herself in the letter, saying that she's selfish and hurts people around her. Even though this letter I thought was really, Mariah trying her best to be vulnerable, Veronica is not happy with the note and says that the family did the same thing to Olivia. She feels like Mariah, despite the letter where Mariah even calls herself a bad person, seriously, because she didn't take accountability for the exact thing that happened, Veronica says if they don't apologize, she won't have a relationship with them. And yes, we know this did not end well. We know that Veronica broke up with Micah after Lydia's wedding, and that's a spoiler. Back in Cairo, Zach is now awkwardly preparing to walk over to Lydia's dad's office to ask for her hand in marriage. Barry says that Lydia sparkles when she's around Zach, and he's never seen another guy have that effect. Barry says yes so quickly to Zach. I'm shocked. And, I guess Barry is actually Zach's #1 fan. He says that Zach brings out the best in Lydia, which is all you can really ask for. And so, yeah, I guess Barry really thinks this is a match. But then in comes Ethan from Minnesota, who walks in on Zach, Barry, and Lydia happily playing cards. And Zach awkwardly announces that he asked for Barry's blessing while Ethan just came in, and Ethan just says okay with a weird look on his face. What Ethan really is thinking is that he can't believe that Lydia met a guy and is getting married to him after 3 months. He says it doesn't make sense, and he makes a joke about, oh, is it a shotgun wedding? And Zach doesn't even know what that means. He's so wholesome. Ethan is not sold. He says that Barry, his dad, looks like someone slipped something in his kombucha because he does not think that this was the type of guy that Lydia would be with. So, yeah. He is not approving this match, and the look on his face just says it all. At the end of the episode, Veronica actually escapes to an empty room to call Olivia and feels like she's on a covert mission to do that because we all know Olivia is the #1 enemy of the Plath family. So I guess Olivia does appear on the season, And watch my other video about Veronica and Olivia banding together to call out the family just before the season aired. I did not expect them to be calling each other and buddying up so soon in the season in episode 1. Obviously, just from seeing this, Veronica was ready to jump ship early on, but it'll make for an interesting season. I actually do like Veronica, and I feel like the season needs her, honestly, because what else would we be talking about? Mariah dyeing her hair black? No thank you. Or the mystery man that no one even knows. So we all know, though, that it took until Lydia's wedding for Veronica to finally just like have enough. So let's see what happens, what they show about the wedding, etc. Do you guys think that Lydia moved too fast? What do you think of all that? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye guys!